Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. So there was a Stan Lee meme going around, and everybody was talking about it. It was on race swapping, where basically Stan Lee says that I don't see a reason for it. Characters were created, they are what they are. There's places for the characters you want, so go out and create them. That's the excitement. That's the really cool thing about being a creator, actually creating, right? I mean, I put in that last part myself. He didn't put that in. I mean, this is it right behind me. So, like everybody else, I figured, okay, it's time to make a video about it. So I'm recording this, and as I'm saying the words, I realized, wait a second, I made this video already. This is an old meme. I've seen it before. It's been around for a while. I made this video, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago when it was first done, or when somebody first discovered it. And I realized, oh my gosh, it's the same fight. You know, I kind of, when we started, recently I've been making jokes on my live streams about how Wes over at Thinking Critical and Comic Perch watch my live streams, and then they go make videos about the topics, because I'll mention something and then a day later, 2 days later, or 3 days later, there's a video based on our conversations on the live streams. Really culminated in me going, F you, are you freaking kidding me? On Saturday, when Perch made a video about one page of America number 5. The previous night, we actually did a reading of America number 5, where I was saying, this is the page. I wanted to do the voice of Hawkeye, because there's one page in there, and this is the page. And I kept building it up to the page that Perch did. Come on, Perch. Come on. You know, I'm just kidding. The thing is, and that's the truth, I am just kidding. When we first did the whole OGCG, as it began to be called, it started with a video I made. And I'm not saying I created Comicsgate or anything. That was DNC. I just pointed out that we had a whole bunch of people who were like-minded, when what happened was, within an hour of each other, me and Captain Cummings put out damn near the exact same video. It was this nerd sync thing. I should actually link it somewhere or something, or have references, but it's here. It was a video about nerd sync, and how they were saying that Superman was an illegal alien, and they went on to talk about how politics were already used. And he and I made this video that was absolutely the same, right up to a certain point where we veered off into our own thoughts and such. But for a little bit, it was exactly the same. So no, I actually don't think that they're doing that, but I do joke around about it. But you know, it's just, that's what happens. Topics come up. There's nothing new under the sun. But what it did point out to me, by the way, reading this, watching what was going on, is that nothing is new under the sun. We dropped the ball. When Comicsgate became the big let's do IGG stuff, we dropped the ball as far as being a customer revolution, as being a kind of watchdog. We would write to Marvel. We would say, hey, look, this is the problem, this problem. Of course, if you were bitchy about it, they end up blocking you, or what's worse is they used a blockchain, which got rid of a whole bunch of us who even speak rationally and reasonably to people. And so I actually can't see or talk to a lot of comic book creators for that. I'm actually jealous of those who go, hey, we could do this interview, or we could do, no, I can't, because they got me on a blockchain. So I can't do that. But I started noticing the reason why I started making those comments and the jokes, though, was because basically you could, whatever they're talking about over at Comic Perch with Perch and Thinking Critical, you can find a video here. So more than likely a couple of years old, because that's when, you know, we were really going into the identity politics and such. It actually took a lull for a little bit. I remember Bounding into Comics asked me for a quote one time. What do I see for the year? I don't know if it's I think it was 2019. What do I see for the year 2019 or 20? I forget when it was. But I had just seen a convention, and I'll upload that video because people need to see this. But I saw a convention that DC held. I saw a video, and it was a whole bunch of homosexual creators, Vita Ayala being one of them. And they announced, she was the one that said, given where there is any doubt, any room for push or pull, she will queer up the DC universe. And all of the others agreed. And so when I was asked for a quote, what do I see for comics? I said, you're going to see DC Comics steering hard into the identity politics that we just went through with Marvel, but far worse, because obviously this is sanctioned. This is A-OK. They're saying it. Nobody's coming out and saying, no, we're not going to be doing that. These characters are who they are. Work with them. They are going to be swapped. They are going to be exactly what Stan Lee has warned us against. And I do think it's weird, by the way, that both sides, our side of the culture war, their side of the culture war, sometimes brings out Stan Lee's corpse just to make a point. Hey, Stan Lee said this, Stan Lee said that. Look, Stan Lee had one freaking thing when it came to who you write comics for. Everybody. You don't isolate. And that's been a big problem. That's probably the biggest problem at both companies. They don't want me. First of all, I'm aging out. You know, I'm 52 years old. According to everything, I either just hit it, like this is my last year of relevancy, or in 3 years I'm irrelevant. I get that. I understood as I was getting older that at a certain point they're going to age out. Now, and something to be scared of is the kids who started with all new and all different. The ending point of Marvel proper are now like in their 20s. Think about that. If you were 12, if you were 10 when all Marvel came out, you're an adult now, right? So this is what they're used to. There is no difference to them. And they look at our comic books from the 80s, the 90s, and so forth, some of them anyway. That's way too wordy, too many words. There's word wall. You can only put like 5 words in every bubble, or, you know, I make a joke about how you can see an entire comic book and it'll say, oh, next page, my God, as they're falling to their death. I mean, that's 3 words, and all you got to do is show them falling. Oh my God. Okay. Now have Superman go on the next page of story or characterization. But that's what we're seeing here, gang. That we're seeing the old stuff being brought up. And I, as much as I joke about Perch and Thinking Critical doing videos based on stuff that we've already done, I don't think they should ever stop. You know, I might joke about it, but God dang it, thank you very much for continuing the fight. My channel got nerfed. I see a whole ton of people with a hell of a lot more views than I, and thank goodness for it. My channel got nerfed. I called them up and I said, hey, what's going on here, gang? One day I'm making between 500 and 3,000, depending on the subject, as far as views. And now I'm getting 150 to 300 tops when I called. I said, yeah, something's going on here, because I could never break that bubble. It happened before, but, you know, so they changed the algorithm. Oh, dip in views, but I was always able to climb out. This has been 3-4 years now. No chance. So I called them up. They said that I got flagged, but it was on a video that was too far back to do anything about it. So I got mass flagged, and that's what happened. So by gosh, you know, I'm very happy to see Thinking Critical and Comics with Perch, I think I'm getting the name right, doing their thing, because we need people to fight the fight. Some of us, I've been around the block. I've still got fight in me. I love doing this. I love talking about comics, but I love talking about comics. I got to admit, I'm a little bit world weary or war weary, as far as the whole, hey, we got to stick it to the man. You know, it's, oh gosh, really, we got to do this again? Can't I just upload a video or re-upload a video I already did? Is that, or do I have to re-record it? Do I have to go through this thing again? But it's important. It's important to have voices out there that speak against the identity politics. It's racist. The identity that was always my turn on this. Identity politics, that's not inclusion. It's exclusion. You're saying that you have to be this, you have to be that, you have to absolutely agree with us, or you can't. You only can refer to black people as black people. Have you read a modern day identity politics comic? It's the worst stereotypes, no matter what. Read Iceman. I did. You should, or at least watch the video I did on the Iceman. It's horrible. And Iceman was turned into the worst stereotype. Watch. You're going to see the same thing with Tim Drake. I've been reading it over at Superboy. I refuse to call him Superman. He's not. He's Superboy, son of Kal-El. I don't know. I think I'm rambling because basically, if you thought this was going to be on this, I don't know why you would. The title didn't say anything. What I really wanted to point out was just it seems like we're going around in circles, gang. And I think part of it was that my generation of the YouTubers kind of dropped the ball. Granted, they went off to make comics. I should have done the same thing. They seem to be doing okay. I have a tendency to pull defeat right out of jaws of victory sometimes. But now what am I going to do? Anyway, I'm spinning wheels here at this point. It's just thank you for keeping on the fight, fighting the good fight, as they say. Because I don't know if I got it in me. I want to believe I do. Like I said, hey, I've got energy, but then again, I've got the videos on the channel already. I guess I just got to renew them somehow because it all says the same thing. I remember when I made a video about, what was it? Something Ike Perlmutter said that was positive about women, and people went out after him saying he wasn't a feminist. I was like, wait, what? It was just the weirdest stuff going on back then. So I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think about my ramblings. I feel like I was Abe Simpson for a moment there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about the whole thing? It seems like it's just recycling. It really does. Comics by Perch at the time of this recording just did a video about they could use some representation in other places, but I did a video that I'm going to upload on Old Man Comics about how it was all body shaming as far as superheroes are concerned. So they were Huffington Post did an article about how superheroes should be fat. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So we're on the opposite end today. I'm going to post that in just a few moments after this. By all means, please like and share, do all that kind of stuff. And you know what? Maybe I should link to that video. No, I want to get videos on the other one, but I'm going to try to find that that one video I told you about as far as the convention where they were talking about queering up the DC universe. Yeah, and you should be able to find it somewhere popping up around here. I think I'm going to look for that one. I might not be able to find it. I've done about 4,000 videos for this channel over the last 6 years. So yes, people are going to be copying some of it, right? Simpsons did it. So did Englentine. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm going to look for it. Hopefully I didn't delete it because I've also deleted about 1,000 videos. So please click like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't done it already, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar. I still have a Patreon, but I know a lot of people are not comfortable with Patreon anymore because of the bannings, anything. But if you do, I don't even know if you know what? I don't even have the link in the description below. Forget that. Anyway, thank you for all of that. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good day.